It seems like they've been avoiding it for a little minute, but somebody got to say it, and I'm going to be the one that said it. The Nick Saban dynasty is over. He said something very interesting after the Alabama versus Texas game, but make sure you tune in to the end of the video to figure out what he said. If you like sports content, college football, NBA, college basketball, NFL, anything, make sure you join the family. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We're going to hit 300 this video. Make sure you join the video and follow me on the road to 1,000 subscribers. We'd love to have you be a part of the family, and make sure you enjoy the rest of the video. Nick Saban is undisputably the greatest football coach of all time. We all know this. There's no argument. There's nobody else that's even close. It's Nick Saban. If you don't believe me, just look at the resume. In only 17 seasons, he has 6 national titles and an overall record of 195-28. And he's put over 100 plus players in the NFL, so that just shows the show right there that he's the real deal. Now, how was he able to maintain such an elite team over the course of these past 17 years? Well, the answer is simple. It's recruiting. You have to recruit well and bring in good players from high school, and Nick Saban has been the absolute best at that. He's been recruiting at the highest level for the longest. He always has top recruiting classes. But elite programs aren't built through recruiting no more. Elite programs are built through the transfer portal. And this is why. So, usually when Nick Saban recruits at a high level, they usually have guys telling all these young kids that they're going to get on the field, they're going to play right away, right? And once they commit, they can't do nothing about it no more, because previously the transfer portal said that if you transferred, you had to sit out a year, right? So nobody wanted to transfer because nobody wants to waste a year of eligibility. Nobody wants to waste a year of football, right? So kids would just wait on that Bama team. They'll wait on the bench until it's their turn, which would take forever, until the juniors and seniors. These kids want to get on the field as soon as sophomores, especially 5 stars and 4 stars, because they want to make the NFL, right? But now with the transfer portal opening up, guess who could use that 5-star right now? Florida State. Guess who could use that 5-star right now? Look at all the new top teams right now, built through the transfer portal. Florida State, they got Jared Verse, they got all those receivers, all those dudes came in from the transfer portal. Look at Texas, they got a Donnie Mitchell, transfer portal guys. This is how teams are built now in 2023. For example, with Alabama, they had a 5-star offensive tackle who transferred out in TCU because he wasn't playing, and now you got a freshman playing at left tackle, and he gave up 2 sacks on Saturday against Texas. But that's not all of it. What makes Nick Saban the greatest coach of all time is his ability to adapt, right? He's an old school guy. He's 71 years old, right? Before all this, he was never a big fan of NIL. He's not a big fan of the transfer portal. He was a run down your throat football team. Those early Alabama football teams, they ran down your throat. They recruited well, all of that. But if you look into it now, NIL is the thing. Transfer portal is the thing. Passing the ball is the thing. Nick Saban knew all of this. He knows that this is how you have to win in 2023, 2022, 2021, in these recent times. You have to be able to pass the ball, you have to use the transfer portal, and you have to spend NIL money on players. And I know he hates that last part, but you just got to do it because that's how everybody's doing it. That's how everybody's able to keep up the route with the recruiting. That's just how it's done, right? And he's adapted, even though he may not like it, he still uses the transfer portal. He brought in dudes like Tyler Butner. He brought in dudes like Jalen Key, and they've been paying those players for a while, so we already know with the NIL coming in, the money good. So basically, all I'm saying is that all the other teams have caught up to them. That loss versus Texas, that's the first time I've personally ever seen Alabama get beat, actually beat in a regular season game. Usually when Alabama loses, it's because they beat themselves. A muff punt, a whole lot of penalties, things of that nature. Alabama's usually always the better team, and they beat themselves. But on Saturday against Texas, Texas was the better team. Everybody has just caught up. The transfer portal's helping people catch up. NIL's helping people catch up, because one of Alabama's biggest recruiting pitches is that you're going to win a national title here. We have 6 and 16. You're going to win a national title here. But when you start bringing up money to the conversation, money is worth a little bit more than winning, believe it or not. It really is. So now we're at the point to where everybody's catching up with Alabama. And Nick Saban said something very interesting in a press interview after the Texas loss. Check this out.
But I do think that there was a great atmosphere out there. Our fans did a tremendous job. We appreciate the support. It was fantastic. And it's a privilege to play in games like this. It's a privilege to play at the University of Alabama. It's a privilege to play where you have such great tradition. And it's a privilege to play where you have such great fan support. So we really appreciate it. Thank you.
Now I know what you might be thinking, B-Song, what's wrong with this? He's just thanking his fans. But there's something off. Nick Saban, to me, I know him as a fiery son of a gun. I know him as somebody who loves the football stuff, but I think he's nearing an end. He's 71 years old. He's thanking fans. It's like he's saying it's a blessing. Nick, you've been in bigger games than this. This was probably the game of the year matchup wise, but like, dude, you've been in bigger games than this, and you're over here. You're thanking the fans. What happened to that fire? Well, this is what happened to that fire. Nick Saban, he knows he's a GOAT. Everybody knows this is a GOAT. There's no debating that. There's no argument. Everybody knows it. I'm starting to think he don't want it no more. He doesn't have to. I mean, you have Bryce Young and you have Will Anderson, the number one offensive player, the number one defensive player. You can't even make the playoffs. You're Alabama, you're struggling with Texas. That's unlike them. And it seems like the fire is gone. And I want to give credit to the Film Guy Network for this take. I got that take from them, and I fully agreed with it. I wish I could find the clip, but I just can't. But the fire is just not there with Nick Saban no more. I feel like he doesn't want it no more to a certain extent because he knows he's the GOAT, and there's nothing wrong with that. But that's just a thought. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think the Bama Dynasty is over, or let me know if you just think that they're having a couple of down years and they'll be back in a couple of years. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Join the family. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. Hey, if I'm still not at 300 subscribers when you're watching this, go ahead and be my 300 subscriber. I appreciate y'all so much. Make sure y'all join the community, man. See y'all in the next one. I'm out. Peace.